What's up guys, the Strong Boys 19 here. This is going to be something different to talk about for the video. If you haven't seen my community section post that I put up a couple of days ago, this is what I'm going to be talking about for some time. I don't know how long this is really going to go on for, but I thought I would just address and share with you guys my personal and physical experiences of what I've been doing since the past long amount of weeks during this COVID-19 pandemic mentality. I'm not going to go into that whole thing of the world state and the disease because that's not the point. So for me, I have been at my most positive in a really long time during this crazy hectic time. The reason why I decided to make this video, it is because of coping with what I want to do and share with you what I've been doing. So since the COVID-19 pandemic happened, it's actually 2 months today since I had to stop gigging for some time because of what's been happening. First couple of weeks I've been listening to so many records, playing tons of records of Miles Davis to, other music from Black Sabbath to Slipknot, and revisiting some bands since a couple of weeks ago now of Fear Factory, and feeling at my most nostalgic phase because, metal has been my favorite genre before my music taste really grew and expanded. But it's really strange that even though that this pandemic is still happening, I wanted to do stuff that I had not been doing at all, or just for some time. And listening back to metal music really puts me in a very comfortable position. Bands like Rammstein to, as I said, Fear Factory, and listening to some more of the extreme heavier side of metal music. Also, what I've been listening to get into another band is Strapping Young Lad. Finally, I've been horribly missing out on that because I had heard heavily about Devin Townsend, and I can see why he has been known as one of the greatest metal musicians of all time. So I've listened to all of Strapping Young Lad's discography, and City was the first one that I've heard to discover Devin, and it's a monster of an album. It blew me away. Alien is so fantastic, and I decided to listen to some of his own solo material like Ocean Machine to, Infinity to Epic Clouds. I'm just basically listening to his albums in any random order. I've been really productive to recap and play the repertoire of the songs that I can play on the guitar, just to keep my brain refreshed and to revisit what I love doing. I love to be such a productive guy of keeping up my passion for music and guitar playing going. Speaking of me being in the outside world, I've been strolling around the garden for quite a long time, and I decided to do it since last week, listening to music to pass the time. And what I love about this, it is like an exercise for my brain to think about being in an open mindset, just to let the music take you into a different mindset and look at the beautiful nature. I love doing that as well recently. Speaking about my guitar playing, if you guys had heard about my story about my vocal dystonia problem, about my picking hand, I have and still being retraining heavily to get this hand going. What really surprised me is that I can play with a looser wrist action, so I could play some funk stuff a lot better, doing some weights, eat healthily as well, drinking water. So, I'm still at the process of retraining, but my picking is really coming back to basics, and I couldn't be forever grateful. So the only thing that it's struggling is that it has the tendency to be quite difficult and really tense when I try to do some palm muting technique. That's just maybe one last thing for me to master again. you know, that's just pretty much all I would like to address about that. And I still cannot thank you guys enough for your incredible support, backing me up and have faith in myself to, you know, keep my passion as a guitar player going. And I still remember your amazing comments about that story back in late 2018 when I had first got the diagnosis of the issue. And also I've moved on from using a thumb pick to use actual guitar picks again, so I can control my playing with a pick again. Anyway, that is pretty much all I would like to address for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll keep you guys posted for more videos in the near future.